평화와 안전은
Peace and security are long-cherished desires of humanity, and the first agenda of the UN without peace and security, the Sustainable Development Goals, cannot be achieved, nor can we imagine a future that guarantees human dignity and prosperity. However, the present objective security situation of the Korean Peninsula is faced with serious challenges more than ever. The U.S. ROC, Republic of Korea, U.S.-Japan military exercises, and the U.S.-Japan ROC trilateral military cooperation system are directly targeting the DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and rapidly evolving into a more offensive and aggressive military bloc with nuclear elements. Meanwhile, war exercises and military buildup against our state are breaking all the previous records in terms of scale, nature, frequency, and scope. Nowhere in the world can we find such a place as the Korean Peninsula, where the world's biggest nuclear weapon state and its allied forces conduct bilateral and multilateral war exercises all year round and even stage real war drills, simulating the use of nukes, targeting a sovereign state by mobilizing massive multinational combat forces and latest strategic assets. Even a few days before this session began, the U.S. and its allied forces waged nuclear war drills such as Iron Mace and Freedom Edge, aimed at mastering the procedure and methods of nuclear attacks against the DPRK under the fait accompli scenario, thus extremely straining the situation on the Korean Peninsula. Yet even in the face of the tremendous military threat directed against the DPRK and the dangerous security landscape, roaring gongs of war are silenced, and peace and security are firmly safeguarded on the Korean Peninsula. This is an undeniable reality. Thanks to our state's enhanced physical war deterrent, in direct proportion to the growing threat of operation of the U.S. and its allies, the will of the enemy state to provoke war is thoroughly contained, and the balance of power on the Korean Peninsula is ensured. In order to permanently maintain this state of balance and ensure everlasting peace on the Korean Peninsula, we have stipulated nuclear in our Constitution as a sacred and absolute thing that can never be touched upon and tampered with. Imposition of denuclearization on the DPRK is tantamount to demanding it to surrender sovereignty and the right to existence, and violates the Constitution. We will never give up sovereignty, abandon the right to existence, and violate the Constitution. Comrade Kim Jong-un, President of the State Affairs of the DPRK, made it clear at the 13th session of the 14th Supreme People's Assembly on September 21 that our party and the government would invariably and firmly safeguard without slightest vacillation the Constitution of the DPRK and its basic law on the policy of nuclear forces perpetuating the possession of nuclear weapons, and thoroughly guarantee the supreme interests of our state. The policy line of Comrade Kim Jong-un, President of the State Affairs, represents our state law, and we will defend the state law without fear. We will never give up nuclear, which is our state law, national policy, and sovereign power, as well as the right to existence. Under no circumstances will we ever walk away from this position. 80 years have passed since the end of World War II. Yet genocide and crimes against humanity that can even overshadow Hitler are now openly committed in the Middle East, much to the consternation of the world. Israel, which massacred over 60,000 Palestinian civilians in the past 2 years, is seeking to occupy the whole area of Gaza by force and completely exterminate the Palestinian population. We strongly urge Israel to immediately stop crimes against humanity and withdraw from the Gaza Strip. Likewise, we fully support the establishment of an independent state of Palestine, with East Jerusalem as its capital and Palestine's full-fledged membership of the UN,